Hey, what's up? So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to program into your calculator a program that if you plug in 3 points for a quadratic equation problem, it will give you the two values of x. So for example, I'll just show you how the program works. I have it saved as quad form. You can have it saved as whatever you want, but for me it's easier to identify as quad form. A I'll plug in as 1, B I'll plug in as 4, and C I'll plug in as 3. And it gives me the answer as -1, -3, so I'll check that right now. A was 1, B, um, B I had was 4, and C I had 3. Let me just make sure, right? And I'll calculate the answer. The answer comes out to -1 and -3, just like what we got. So the program works. Now I'll show you how to actually add it into your own calculator for you to use whenever you would need this, as long as you have your calculator. I'm guessing mostly in a math class. Oh, before I forget, this idea for this program was actually suggested to me by someone in the comments. I'll actually probably have a picture of the comment on the screen. He said something like that the program in my last video helped him a lot on his test, and he wanted me to do a quadratic formula program. So I'm doing a program like that right here. And if you also have other ideas, make sure to hit it in the comment section, and I'll make sure to make a video on it. So I'll show you what it looks like. The quad form program. So I named mine quadform, and you guys, if you want to make a new one, because chances are you don't have it already, you click program over here, and you scroll to the right 2 times, and then hit new, enter, and then you would write out the name of it, which would probably be quadform, but I already have it, so I'm not going to do that. Rather, I'll just show you what mine looks like. Once you have your program named, first thing you want to do is hit enter and get to a new line, and you'll know it's a new line when there's these 2 dots. And I'll actually show you. I'll leave the big screen on. Maybe I'll go to key history, and you can look on the screen over here. So the first thing is prompt. You want to add that in. And to get to prompt, you hit second and catalog, which is by the 0. Over here you can see it's bigger by the key history. And there's a trick when you're in catalog to get to the letter of the alphabet that you're looking for. Since catalog is in alphabetical order, you hit the key that corresponds to that letter. So we're looking for prompt. We're looking for the P's, so we'll hit 8 because it corresponds to P. And we go down to the P's, and then we scroll down for prompt. It's in alphabetical order, so it's going to be a little down. And prompt should be right here. Right, prompt. So that's how you get prompt. And then the next thing you have is A. So to get to A, you click alpha, and then the math button, which corresponds to the A. If you see the green, is the same as it has an A on it, and if you're looking here, the green A over here. And then you hit comma, which is just a comma button right over here, comma. Alpha B is the next one, alpha, and then apps corresponds to the B. Another comma. Alpha C, program, corresponds to the C, but make sure you hit alpha or else you're going to keep going to random places. And then you want to hit enter and go on to a new line. The enter button is right over here. I'm not going to hit it because, again, I already have the program and it would just add an extra line. Then, I actually went too much. Then the next thing you want to do is have an open parentheses. So to get to open parentheses, you just hit this button right over here. And now you actually just plug in the quadratic formula. Since the quadratic formula is -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, the plus or minus, since we can't really show that in a calculator, you have to plug it in twice. One time with -b plus the root of b squared minus 4ac, and the next time negative b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So you plug that in. The negative sign, it's negative, not a minus sign. The negative is over here on the bottom, next to the decimal point. And the b is again alpha b with the apps. The plus sign is right above the enter. The square root, to get to square root, you click second, and then you go to the x squared button, which is the square root. To get to b, again, you click alpha apps, or alpha b. The squared button is this x squared button right here. Then this is actually a negative. This is actually a minus, not a negative. And the minus is right above the plus. The 4 is just the 4. And to get to A, you click alpha math, or A. And then the C is alpha C, or program. And then you click the close parentheses twice. And then since it's over to A, you hit the divided by, the multiplication, which is just right above the times, the division, sorry, which is right above the multiplication. And then you have an open parentheses right over here. A 2 again, a 2, which is just the 2. Another alpha A, which is alpha math. A close parentheses, and now this you store it. This is the store button right above the on button. You want to store this as D, or alpha D, which is dx minus 1. That's the first thing. Now you do the second thing, the whole same thing, the exact same thing, besides for negative b instead of plus, negative b minus. So you actually just follow everything that I just said, but instead of having negative b plus, it's just negative b minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And this time, after you plug that in, don't forget to put 2 parentheses. You're going to store this not as D, but as E. So you're going to hit the store button, which is right above the on button. And you're going to store as alpha E, which is the sign button. Then you're going to hit enter and go down to a new line for the final line. And you want to get display. And now we're going to go back to second catalog, which again has everything in alphabetical order. And to get to display, you want to hit the key that corresponds to that letter of the alphabet. So you click the x minus 1, which corresponds to D, and scroll down to display, or DISP, which is going to be a couple down. Display, alpha D, comma, alpha E. And now there you have it. You have the program. I'll show you on the large screen exactly what the program is. So if you want to do that, I'll also have the program in the description if you just want to copy that from the description without watching the video. If you already know where all the keys are and you already know how this works, you could find that in the description. Again, like, subscribe, comment any other suggestions in the comment section below, and have a good day.